Well, it's Sunday, and you know what that means. Yes, it's time for another episode of Mr Nailsin Sunday Comics. Well, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not feeling great. Oh boy, it was a hard day at work. Oh jeez, and actually injured myself while there. So hang on a minute. Let me cough. There. Well, clear my throat rather. Might end this midway and pick up the rest for the Wednesday comic show, you know? Because the idea was I was going to read these horror comics in particular for the month of October. And this will be the last Sunday of October before Halloween. So I don't know what I'll do next week. I'll think about it, as I tend to do. Yeah, yeah. But let me do a little technical check, make darn sure that, all right, I can be heard. That's good. Well, I'm trying to get back to the studio. There it is. All right. A. Thompson says the audio's good. Well, there you go. The audio is good. So let me go ahead and slide. Whoa. What was that? Jeez. Some snap, crackle, pop going on. I hope that doesn't continue. That's going to be a problem. And if it does, I'm going to have to close the whole thing down. I don't know. Well, anyway, for this one is a new title that I've never read before, but I've been reading titles from Ace Comics or Ace Publisher. I don't know what but Ace was the place for the helpful comic book man. So here we go. It claims it'll be weird, eerie, startling, web of mystery. So here we go. I don't know, some dead witch doctor shows up in this lady's bedroom and surrounds her with the ghost of a snake. And she has stars on her. Oh, no, it's the design of it. Okay. Anyway, there we go. So what do we have to look forward to? I don't think this depicts an actual story in the comic book. I do have to comment on Ace, all their different titles. Compared to some of these others, the art's pretty good. You know, it's consistent and whatnot. Anatomy's all right. Some of them, they look like, quick slap jobs and stuff like that. But this one, I don't know. They put some effort and skill into it. Anyway, we'll get The Curse of the Beckoning Mummy. So it's a mummy that keeps saying, hey, you. Come over here. Venom of the Vampires. Well, I never really thought of it as venom per se, because there is something about a vampire's bite that, eventually kills you, but it turns you into one of them. So there's some sort of, I don't know, pathogen in there or something. But, and other spine-tingling tales. Oh, boy, it sounds, exciting. And so, you just know it's going to be. So we'll go ahead. So right off the bat, the case of the beckoning mummy. Yeah. Well, my darling fiancé, how do you like Egypt? You won't find any more colorful spot than the marketplace of Cairo.
It's wonderful, Damon. Even better than you described. Oh, look at that sign. Let's go in and have our fortunes told.
See? The sign says, fortune teller. Where does the dividing line between fact and fancy exist? Well, between fact and cheap, I suppose. I don't know. Did the strange old fortune teller really live? Or was he the disturbed spirit of the 8,000-year-old mummy of Khalidan? Or was this weird experience merely a conjured up phantasm of Dr. Damon Knight's bewildered mind? Who is there to determine? Well, I mean, we're going to read the story, so I guess it's up to us to decide. I'm going to go with it didn't happen, but, you know.
My goodness, they could certainly use some light in here.
Welcome to my humble quarters. The lady first, Effendi. I see a happy and fruitful life following a severe shock and sudden loss of a dear one.
Who will it be?
Probably you. I don't know.
Of this I cannot speak, dear lady. I can tell no more. Now, if the gentleman will be seated, I shall proceed.
The old fortune teller. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. The old fortune teller became grave as he? I thought it was an old lady. All right. As he peered into the transparent sphere.
You have come to Egypt on a mission of evil, and unless you abandon this mission, it will result in a horrifying death.
What? Why, that's ridiculous. I'm an archaeologist. I've come to Egypt for the purpose of unearthing the tomb of King Khalidan, who died 8,000 years ago. What harm can there be in that?
Wait! That ring. Where did you get it?
Oh, at a gumball machine. What of it? Oh, it was taken from the tomb of the son of Khalidan almost 10 years ago. Legend has it that Khalidan gave it to his son for good fortune when he would succeed to the throne. Why do you ask about it?
I cannot tell. And now you must go.
Some fortune teller that doesn't tell.
Yeah. I'm worried, Damon. That old man didn't sound like he was just making it up.
Oh, bosh, Karen. What harm can an 8,000-year-old ring possibly do? Back at their hotel.
I still can't shake off a strange feeling of foreboding.
You're tired. Better get a good night's sleep. We've a lot of work tomorrow. Later, after he had fallen asleep, a strange phenomenon took place in Damon Knight's room, as the ancient ring took on a phosphorescent glow. Wow, it's like the Green Lantern ring. Holy crap!
Awaken, Dr. Damon Knight. Awaken and heed my warning.
Who's there? Who are you?
I've come to warn you once more, Dr. Knight. You must not desecrate the tomb of Khalidan, for the penalty is death.
You, the fortune teller, the ring. What is the ring to you?
The ring was once mine. I gave it to my son, but now I must leave. I feel the presence of an intruder.
Knock, knock.
His son? But that would make him the spirit of Khalidan. But he's the fortune teller. In just as weird a manner as it appeared, the apparition suddenly took flight.
Damon, are you all right? I heard voices.
Of course I'm all right, Karen. I just had a funny dream. Must have been talking in my sleep.
But I heard two voices, not just yours alone. Damon, what's that on the floor?
On the floor? Where? Whoops. Well, I suppose the toilet paper stuck to my foot as I came from the toilet. Mummy wrappings! I don't understand it. How?
Damon, I'm frightened. What does it mean?
Oh, I don't know what it means, dear. But you'd better go back to your room and get some sleep. We're heading for the interior early tomorrow morning, and there's someone I must see before we leave. Rising early, Damon visited the marketplace once again. I've got to know what's behind all this, and only that fortune teller can tell me. There's his tint, but that's funny. It's all changed. I don't know of no fortune teller, Effendi. I have occupied this shop for many years, as my father did before me. Perhaps I can interest you in some shawls. But I saw him here just yesterday afternoon. He couldn't have been just a figment of my imagination. Karen was with me. She saw him too. And what of my dream last night? Or was it a dream? Late that afternoon, many miles in the interior. Damon, stop unloading. A big sandstorm is blowing up. Get everyone into the tents. Right, Dr. Dimbrow. In a few moments, all the members of the expedition were safely in Damon's tent. Look there! One of the moorings must have come loose. I'd better get out there and fix it before the whole tent's blown away. Hang it! I can hardly see what I'm doing in this swirling sand. What?
Dr. Knight, this is my last warning. You must leave this place.
I don't know who or what you are, but I'm not leaving.
You must not desecrate the tomb of Khalidan. Your fate lies in your decision. You have been warned. Now I go.
Well, the storm's died down. Let's finish unloading. We start digging tomorrow morning.
Fine. If my calculations are correct, the tomb is under that large dune, and we should reach the entrance by tomorrow afternoon.
But early the next morning, as Damon finished dressing. That's strange. I left my ring right here last night. And now it's gone. Must have been one of those thieving natives. Oh, well, good riddance to that ring and that blasted image. Beneath a broiling Egyptian sun, the hired natives dug laboriously for hours. Then, that afternoon...
Damon, the entrance, we found it. Dr. Dimbrow is deciphering the hieroglyphics now.
Oh, wonderful. I'll be right there. Can you translate it, Dr. Dimbrow?
A detailed exact translation will take several hours, but I can give you a rough idea. It starts with the usual curse of death, the desecrator of the tomb, and goes on to tell the story of Khalidan.
Is that a sperm cell?
Khalidan was a king of unusual capacities and wisdom. Under his rule, Egypt experienced an era of great wealth and prosperity. At 60, his court physicians gave him a short time to live. But he disproved their theories and outlived all of them. Boy, that must have really shocked them, didn't it? Anyway, when Khalidan died at the amazing age of 133, he received one of the most fabulous funerals ever bestowed on an Egyptian ruler. His superstitious followers believed that since he'd lived a double lifetime, another life would have to be forfeit in order to appease the gods from whom he took this time. Yes. Quite. You mean a sacrifice? Whose life was taken? No one's. Yet. It says that the life of the first person to desecrate the tomb will be forfeit. Do you want this door open, Damon?
Yes, I've been waiting for this moment.
Good. You men over there, bring the tools. We're going to remove the door.
After an hour of heavy work, the massive slab was finally removed, revealing a dreary corridor.
You're head of this expedition, Damon. The privilege of the first entry is yours.
Look there. What's that shiny thing on the floor?
Why, it's my missing ring. But how? That door hasn't been opened in 8,000 years. That night, as Damon slept fitfully, the phantom of the ring appeared once more. Who's there? Oh, it's you! If you've come to warn me again,
Arise, Dr. Knight. If you would see Khalidan's sarcophagus in the inner chamber of the tomb, arise and come with me now.
Oops. Oops. As if drawn by a magnet, Damon could not keep himself from following the persuasive apparition.
Enter, desecrator of the tomb. Enter if you dare.
That door, sealed for 8,000 years, yet it just opened by itself. But as Damon entered the forbidden chamber, he was horrified to see a change occur in the apparition. Oh! What do you want? Get away! Well, now he just has a skull face. Okay. The door! It's locked! Stay away! Stay away from me! And outside,
Dr. Dimbrow, I heard a horrible scream. What was it?
Probably just one of those superstitious natives. Good thing it didn't wake Damon. He needs rest. Go back to bed and forget it.
the next morning,
Dr. Dimbrow, I can't find Damon. He's not in his tent.
Strange. Perhaps he's already into the tomb alone. Let's go see. Well, Damon's not in here. The ceilings on the door are intact and haven't been disturbed in 8,000 years.
I'm so worried, Dr. Dimbrow. Where could he be?
I don't know.
after much chipping and chiseling, the ceilings were broken, and the party entered the forbidden inner chamber. Notice, Karen, how the cool dampness has kept the ceilings unchanged for 8,000 years. I know this flashlight. It's Damon's.
But it couldn't be. That door was sealed.
After several agonizing minutes, Dimbrow finally pried the lid off the sarcophagus. And... Great Scott! It's Damon! These are the facts. The curse of Khalidan had been fulfilled. Ridiculous, you say? Maybe. But who is there to determine? The end. Yeah, this never happened. There never was a Khalidan or anything. But, you know, all the stories about curses of the mummy's tomb and all that. So, you know, it fits with that. So he got stuck in there by the mummy's ghost, and he said, "Oh yeah, you like my tomb so much? Well, then you can lay in it." And so that mummy mummified him, wrapped him up in his old nasty wrappings, and shoved him into the sarcophagus. Of course, where's Khalidan's mummy? I don't know. Maybe he shook it into powder or something and threw it away. But there you go, stupid Damon. You know. He told him several times, you get, and he didn't. So, this dumbass, screw him, you know. Well, now it's time for True Creepy Tales, number 1. We may laugh at the thought of ghosts. That's what the young Smiths who were spending their honeymoon in Massachusetts did. They laughed when they heard the ghost story of the Poon to Suck. Poon to Suck. That's right, Poon to Suck Lake, an Indian name meaning place of winter deer. Oh, really? That's what it means, huh? The legend says that an Indian brave was paddling across the lake to meet his sweetheart. Yes, across the lake of Poon to Suck, was slain by a jealous suitor. The distracted maiden flung herself into the lake, following her lover to his watery grave. Even today, it is said a spectral canoe with a shadowy paddler is sometimes seen to glide over the lake at midnight. It is the frenzied lover searching for, but never finding, the drowned form of his betrothed. Well, yeah, it's all rotted away by now. Probably became, I don't know, gator shit, you know? I wish you two wouldn't go canoeing this time of night.
It's more romantic than ever after the legend you told us, Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben? Huh? Is that Peter Parker? A lot of midnight paddlers have capsized and drowned when the water was the smoothest. Those that were saved said they were turned over by an Indian's canoe. Later. I don't believe it. I can't be seeing that, but I am.
I really think Uncle Ben believes that story himself. Jack, look. Oh.
Hold on tight, darling. Suddenly, there was a crash, and their canoe capsized. Jack held on to his wife, and they both clung to the overturned canoe. The lake was suddenly quiet and peaceful, with no sign of the specter.
Jack, he's gone. There's nothing on the lake.
Now, hang on to me, honey. I've lost the paddle, so we'll have to swim ashore. The young couple made it safely to shore.
We really saw it, Jack. We can't both be crazy, but it couldn't be. Such things don't really happen.
It happened, all right. And thus the first argument they had, to be followed by so many more, began. Did it happen, or had Uncle Ben's story affected the honeymooners' imaginations more than they had realized? You'll have to ask the Smiths, or go to the lake, Poom to Sock, yourself, and find out. The end. Wow. Oh, that's something, huh? Oh boy, Venom of the Vampires. Well, we'll take a little break so I can read some chat and find out what the hell's that all about. Audio not good now. A lot of crackle. We need some trolls in here. Audio back. Good. No? Oh, now. He times it again. I'm so busy this quarter, I have not had the time to keep up with anything. Susan Dolan says, hi, Douglas Nelson and A. Thompson. Hi, Susan. Chronos, Godwise, and facts can't argue with facts. The science is settled. So there you go. That mummy was real, and so was that ghost. See? It's true. All right, Venom of the Vampires. I don't know. Johnny Pierce, owner and operator of the only passenger plane service in Santa Rosa, Honduras, went suddenly out of business when his plane burst into flames. Well, yeah, that'll do it. High above the wilderness of the Honduras interior. He crashed, landed in the lake. His passengers, a Portuguese nobleman and an American schoolteacher, would be a long time reaching their destinations now, if ever. Are you all right, Miss Brown?
A bit shaken up, but still in one piece.
Gross negligence. I'll sue you for this, Pierce. By Jupiter, you'll pay for this, you incompetent young fool! Where are we, anyway? Right in the middle of nowhere. You might as well relax, Count Vacrini. Old boy, the worst is yet to come. Fortunately for Elizabeth Brown and Count Vacrini? Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Their pilot was familiar with the flora and fauna of the region. He provided edible fruits and vegetables, and even cinchona bark, I don't know, to prevent malaria. But could they survive the dangers that lurked everywhere in the jungle? The venomous serpents, the man-eating jaguars. After 3 days of torturous travel, they stumbled on the ruins of an ancient Mayan city and a tribe of Indians. Put the artillery away, fellows. We want to be friends, amigos. Can't any of you guys speak English or Spanish? Me speak. Me go stay white man village long time. You come see chief. He say what do. Well, all right. I don't have anything better to do. Soon. Amaloa gula mum. Manaloa amolobo. Chief say you stay. Eat. Sleep. Shit. Bathe. Fuck. Sun come. We go take you. White man village. Good. Tell him thanks. Talk about luck. Not only are we room and boarded like visiting royalty, but the chief's even furnishing us with a man to see us back to civilization. More likely the heathen witch doctor chief is merely fattening us for the kill. Later, in the sleeping quarters assigned to them.
This is a weird place. If I weren't so tired, I'd be frightened.
Go to sleep, Elizabeth. There's nothing to be afraid of now. How about you doing the same, Count? That whittling is getting on my nerves. Suddenly, great guns! A bat's at her throat. I guess I didn't really take care of her as much as I said I would.
What?
Don't be alarmed. It's only a vampire bat.
What?
I've got it off you now. You're in no danger. It would require a simultaneous attack by a great number of those little bats to kill anyone. Talking about vampires, there's a family legend that some of my ancestors turned into vampires. I don't believe it, of course, but yet witchcraft has long been a hobby of mine. And when one learns how effective black magic can be... Shut up! Can't you see how frightened the girl is? Cut out that kind of talk. Look, I've carved an effigy. I'm in possession of strands of hair I secretly removed from the witch doctor chief. Now, watch. The hairs are attached, the wound is inflicted. Kaba kaba mingo zingo abazan. It is done. You can scoff. But in the morning, you're going to find that our witch doctor has received a dose of his own medicine. His left leg will be lame. This will shut you up and put you to sleep. Oh. The next morning, Alobilo loa mungo wala doa luluwango. Chief say one you make hex on he. Chief say he make magic find out who. You go away. He make hex die. Ha! I dare you, Pyrrhus. You won't scoff at black magic again. Lucky to escape the irate Indians alive, the trio plunged into the hostile wilderness on their own again. If we ever get back to civilization, Count for Grinny, I'm going to celebrate by beating you to a pulp. I suggest you be more careful, Mr. Pyrrhus. I might make you the next victim of my witchcraft. Night fell, and the three slept. Then at midnight, a strange and horrible thing crept on the cap. The thing moved in silence, but Elizabeth woke and saw it, warned by some sense apart from sound or smell.
Oh, well, Johnny, help me.
I'll drink your blood after I've drained hers. It's as futile to flee as it is to resist. I am invincible.
What?
Johnny returned to the attack, armed now with the prickly branch he plucked from the lean-to. Stop! That branch! Take it away! I can't stand it! That accursed plant! You won our first encounter, but I'll get you. That vampire bears an amazing resemblance to Count Fakrini. I wonder, Count Fakrini isn't here. There's blood on the ground and footprints. Ew. Perhaps the chief found out who hexed him and sent his Indians to kill Fakrini. This branch saved our lives, Elizabeth. It must be some sort of wolfsbane. the plant that's supposed to scare off vampires. From now on, we keep a supply of this with us.
Okay.
A few minutes later, at the Indian village. Ah, little brother, there's nothing more delicious than the taste of fresh, warm blood, is there? Fresh, warm blood. Awamba, yee. That was just the beginning. The next night and the next, the vampire attacked a victim and left a bloodless corpse. We did as you ordered, O chief, and dug up the grave of the white man we killed, but the body was gone. Footprints show it did not walk away. It must have risen from the earth like a bird. Yes, this was all translated from the native dialect, yeah. Or a bat. The white witch doctor has turned into a vampire to wreak vengeance upon us. I am helpless against such great magic. Go, bring back the white man and girl if they are still alive. If they cannot help us, we are doomed. The Indians found Johnny Pierce and Elizabeth Brown in a matter of hours, but the pair was more dead than alive. We have some strange disease sapping away our strength. Can't go on. You wear poison plant. Take plant off. Later that afternoon, chief say he make you well. Now you tell he how make black magic kill man bat. The plant frightened the vampire away. But that's not much help if the plant is poisonous. To destroy a vampire, you've got to find out where he lives. Amo milo umba wana loa lobo, chief say. Little vampire live in cave, but not know where big vampire live. Why not in the same cave? What could be a more suitable environment for a vampire than among his fellow creatures? Let's go see. The chief accepted the suggestion, and after an hour's travel they arrived at the cave of the vampire bats. Chief say, cave very big long, take many hours, look, see. If he's in here, he's probably not very far from the entrance. Look at all those bats. Must be thousands of them. Suddenly, Lombo! Great guns, there he is! Manala Lumbo, Mamula Una Loa Lumbo. Chief say, what do now? Me know what do. Run. Amana Madudu. Madudu? Chief say, no run. Must kill vampire, or vampire kill us. Chief say, white man speak now. Tell how kill vampire with belly swollen with our blood. The vampire's belly was bloated, and if it was with blood, maybe that's how he can be destroyed. Johnny Pierce instructed the Indians to block the cave opening. They worked feverishly to erect a barrier. The sun's going down. Tell the men they've got to work faster. It'll be dark soon. Amalu Zin Walaloa Bulu. A little later, the silence of the cave was broken by the fluttering of tiny wings as hungry bats awakened to hunt through the night for blood. Ah, I'm glad that vampires did run in my family. Huh? They've sealed the entrance. I'll soon have it open again. I have the power and strength of evil in my body. Tell them they've got to hold. If he gets out, we're lost. Lower wheel. As the vampire struggled to breach the stones and branches, sealing the cave entrance, his skin was ripped in many places, and a small flow of blood began to trickle out. Fools, Do they think they can keep me from my victims?
And as the vicious little bat scented the flowing blood, they reacted as creatures suddenly demented. And before the vampire could dislodge the barrier, he found himself suddenly attacked by hundreds of the hungry bats.
Yeah, get off, you little fiends! Oh!
For a long moment, horrifying screams rent the air, and then all was suddenly silent. What happened inside cave?
Just what I figured might happen. All those trapped hungry little bats turned on the nearest source of blood, the vampire.
A little later,
This solves the vampire problem. Tell your chief that if he wants to make 100% sure to have the thing dissected into 1,000 pieces and bury each piece in a different spot.
that sounds disgusting, but okay. Me tell, white man save tribe. White man, big great witch doctor. The grateful Indians escorted Johnny and Elizabeth back to Santa Rosa, where they got married and started a plane transportation bus business together.
I'm a lucky guy. Not only do I have an airline again, but a beautiful hostess to go with.
The end. Yeah, I guess it all worked out for Johnny, you know.
Oh, well. I guess the guy turned into a vampire because it runs in his family, so the natives killed him for his curse. So. Okay. So now we continue with True Creepy Tales, number 2.
There is a belief among the village people of Yorkshire, England, that the soul always returns to the body once in 24 hours until after the funeral and burial of the body. One evening, after a day's shooting, a Yorkshire gentleman was on his way home.
The road seems long and lonely this time of day when a man has no one to talk to. Clop, 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 clop.
As the returning hunter approached a bridge, he saw a man leaning over the rail and looking down into the river below.
A traveler with a bag. Perhaps he's tired. If he's going my way, I'll offer him a lift, because I'll be glad to have company.
The man on the bridge accepted the invitation to ride, but without a word, he climbed wordlessly into the cart and sat there in silence.
We're having some beautiful hunting weather. Well, that does it. I've made several attempts to draw him into conversation, but since he makes no sign of responding, I might as well give up.
After driving several miles in silence, they came to a village where the hunter pulled up outside the inn. His companion got down and without one word of thanks walked straight into the inn.
Who is that man who just got out of my cart?
I didn't see anyone, sir. You drove up alone, sir. Feeling very uncomfortable, the hunter went into the inn and talked to the landlord. He described the traveler he had picked up. The landlord looked grave and took the hunter upstairs to a room, where on the bed lay the man to whom he had given the lift.
That's the man.
This man was found drowned 2 days ago in the stream close by the bridge where you thought you picked him up. They just finished the inquest as you drove up, sir.
You just had to keep him there? Okay.
Could this have really happened?
No.
The hunter has sworn it is so. What do you think?
The end.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I do. It didn't happen. So, yeah. That's the deal. Dead Punk Gage looks more like current year Namor than a vampire. Yeah, yeah. Deadpunk Gage, you've got to have faith for that to work, Mr. Vincent.
Deadpunk Gage. Is that Morbius? Could be. Could be. Ah. Anyway, Susan saying hi. Deadpunk Gage,
Where's Buffy or Blade when you need them? Yeah, I know. All they had was, Poison Ivy or whatever the hell it was. And then I said, hey, let's lock him up in the cave. I guess the guy couldn't figure out how to turn himself into mist. That's supposed to be something vampires can do, but he couldn't figure that out, so the little batch drained him dry, Anyway, Deadpunk Gage says, hey, Susan, you ever get your situation straightened out? She says, no, not yet. I have to go to my bank and set up a fundraiser since GoFundMe ain't reliable anymore. Whoopsie. Yep. The lamenting voice of the bell. If you say so. Jeez, what happened here, buddy? I don't know. Listen, Herr Schnabel. It is not exactly like I promised. Do the bells not produce a most beautiful tone? Quite so, Herr Weldon. The tone is truly like the voice of angels. These bells will surely make our carillon of the most exquisite in the world. From all over the world came shouts of acclaim for the sinister-looking hunchback whose bell-casting resulted in masterpieces, truly sounding like the voices of angels. The people of Dorfstadt, at the edge of the Black Forest, were proud to claim him as one of the town's leading citizens, despite his extreme ugliness. But what was the secret ingredient that made his bells produce the most beautiful tones ever heard? For that answer, dear reader, read on. Don't worry, I'll do the reading. Then it is all arranged. You will deliver the bells within the week. By the way, I understand that you have a special ingredient mixed into the bells that produces such wonderful tones. What is it? That is my secret. If only he knew that the mysterious disappearance of the children of Dorfstadt was my doing, and that their broken little bodies were thrown into the bubbling cauldron. But I shall take my secret to the grave. You have performed a real service. I had not expected you to finish the bell so soon. I had another order to replace the bell of the town hall, which was broken last month, but I decided to let them wait. It's about time you finished with your business, Hans. Look who came while you were in the shop. Johann Meyer, my old friend. But I thought you were in Hildeberg. I have sold my business, Hans, and I'm returning to Dorfstadt to retire. My doctor tells me I have but a few more years to live. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Later in the evening after supper. You should not feel badly, my friend. You've lived a good life. I envy you, Hans. I had no wife, no relatives. But you have friends, Johann. Yes, you are my dearest friend, Hans, and for that reason I have made you my only heir. I'm quite rich, and I could never spend all my money, even in the few years I have left. That is truly a fine gesture, good friend. Let us drink a toast to your health. A knock. Who would call it this hour? It is the Burgomeister. Welcome to my humble abode. I have come from a meeting of the town council. We wish to know when you will have the bell ready. We have been without one for a month now.
I will get to work on it tomorrow. I had a previous commitment.
Good. Ah, I see Johann is here. We met in town this afternoon. It's good that he's home after these many years. After the bird old Meister left, it's strange, Hans, but in all the years we've known each other, I've never seen your shop. I would like to see how bells are made.
By all means, it is only 10:30.
Very fascinating. Look, the cauldron boils already.
Yes, it doesn't take long. But where am I to get another child to throw in? The village grows scarce with children, and those that are left are carefully guarded. Perhaps Meyer would serve the purpose as well. I must finish the town hall bells soon, and with Maya as my secret ingredient, I would accomplish a double purpose. I would inherit his money.
From everywhere I hear about your wonderful bell casting, Hans. They say that you have a secret ingredient that makes your bells sound like the voices of angels. What is it that you do?
You shall soon see. Boil, Maya, boil. Now you know my secret ingredient, and I have your fortune. But I must pretend to know nothing. To avoid suspicion, I shall wait until your disappearance is reported. Ha 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 ha!
After finishing his fiendish work, Walden returned to the house.
Oh, you're still awake. It's very late. Johann has already left.
That's strange. It's not like him to leave without saying good night.
Nervously, Walden awaited the report of Meyer's disappearance. Finally, 2 days after the murder. Good days, Hans. I haven't come to ask of the bell, but rather of Johann Meyer. He seems to have disappeared. It seems that you were the last to see him.
Yes, the same night that you were at my house. But he left soon after.
When he didn't return to his hotel room, we entered and found this among his effects. Did you know that you were his only heir?
Why, yes, but you don't think I would kill man for his money?
Well, now that you mention it. But I didn't say Meyer had been killed. I only said he was missing. What makes you think he's dead?
No, it was just the way you said it. I thought you were suggesting
That night, after finishing the casting of the bell, Walden retired.
I almost made a dangerous slip today.
Well, not almost. You flat out dead. I mean, the guy should be massively suspicious, but I don't know. He comes across as kind of a dummy.
But I don't think the Burgmeister suspects anything. Yes, I'm perfectly safe.
But no sooner had the bell maker fallen asleep than a startling thing happened.
What? What's that? A bell tolling? And Johann's voice? It's my bell. It's coming from the shop.
Dong, 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 dong. Awaken, Hans Walden, awaken.
This cannot be. Someone in the shop is ringing the bell. But that voice.
Dong, dong. Awaken, Hans Walden.
No one is here. But it can't be. The bell is tolling by itself. Stop! Do you hear me? Stop tolling! Do you want them to find me out?
Well, yes.
It stopped. But how could it ring by itself? Wait! That voice. It's Johann's voice!
You will know no rest till I am avenged, Hans Walden. I shall toll every night at 11, the exact hour that you killed me, until you admit your guilt.
No! No, it can't be! Johan is dead! I'm imagining it all. That's it. I'm imagining it all.
The next day, on an impulse, Walden decided to look into the possibility of collecting his inheritance.
Johan Meyer was a dearest friend. I'm sure he must be dead. He would not just vanish without telling me where he was going, and I think I should be given the money.
Well, Meyer may very well be dead, but we need proof first. You see, without proof, we must assume he is still alive. According to German law, a man cannot be considered dead until 10 years after his disappearance, and it takes that long for his heirs to collect his money.
What? 10 years. I'm trapped. I cannot tell them and they won't give me the money. Wait, what's that? The bell again.
Dong, dong, dong.
I won't go out. I won't listen to it. I'll shut out the sound. Oh, how terrible it sounds. It's not like the other bells. It's piercing my eardrums.
Hans Walden, I will haunt you every hour till you confess your sins. Dong, 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 dong.
No! Stop the bell from tolling. My head is splitting.
The next day, Walden resolved on a plan.
I'll rid myself of you. I'll finish up the bell and have it placed in the town hall.
It will do no good. You cannot escape my vengeance. Later that afternoon.
It's as I promised, is it not? This is clearly the finest bell I've ever cast.
I'm sure it is, and this would be a happier day if it weren't for the disappearance of Dorfstadt's children. Oh, let the barrel peal forth.
No, the bell must not be rung except when necessary. Recall, legend decrees that the bell is only to be tolled for a proclamation or when an injustice has been done.
Very true. Do not let the bell peal.
What? Why can't I fall asleep? I'm rid of Meyer, but he said I cannot escape his vengeance. 2 minutes of 11. The bell must not ring tonight. It started. No, I must be imagining it. Oh, I can't shut it out. My brain is throbbing. I must stop it. Somehow I must stop it.
Dong, dong, dong.
Meyer, stop it, do you hear? What are you trying to do? I'll have to stop him before he gives my secret to the whole town.
Most amazing. The bell tolls by itself, but what a terrible sound. It's like the sound of death.
But it isn't possible. Stop it, make him stop. Make Meyer stop tolling the bell. I can't take it any longer. Meyer, what has he got to do with the bell tolling by itself? What do you mean? It's Meyer. He's doing it. He's in the bell. What do you mean? I threw him into the bubbling cauldron, just like I did with all the children I kidnapped. That was my secret ingredient. But make him stop before I go crazy.
And with this confession, the bell suddenly stopped tolling, and it never tolled again. For the very sound of its tone was enough to destroy a man's mind. Walden was tried for his atrocities and sent to the gallows. The end. Well, all right, you're going to want this surprise contest. Win a cash prize for just a short letter of not more than 150 words, telling us which story you liked best, second best, third best, and why. Also, which other magazines you read regularly. Send it to us postmarked no later than January 15th, 1951. Whoops, well, I guess it's too late. Oh, no. Your chance at $15, maybe $5, $3, $2. Well, you missed it. I can't help but think that this is just a rip-off of the Telltale Heart, you know. In a roundabout way. Oh, the ghost ship of the Caribbean. Oh, God, how long is this one? Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Well, I come this far. Oh. Ghost ship of the Caribbean. When Bill Johnson and his bride, Anne, set out on their honeymoon, they planned a leisurely cruise through the Florida Keys. But unpredictable fate intervened in the form of a sudden tropical hurricane, and the events which then took place were so strange and bizarre that few people will believe, even Bill and Anne sometimes, think of it as only an evil dream until they remember the pearls. But here are the facts, as they happened. Judge for yourself.
Oh, Bill, help me.
Hold on tight, Anne, or you'll be swept over.
The fierce winds drove salt spray like hell into their faces, and the giant waves threatened to capsize the launch at every instant.
I gotta keep this thing headed into the wind, or we're lost for sure.
But after numbing hours of struggle, they entered the eye of the storm, the eerie calm at the center of the raging hurricane, and there a strange sight met their eyes.
Thank goodness we're out of that for a while. Oh, look, Bill, the ship.
That's odd. It looks at least 100 years old. Let's get a closer look.
What do you want to bet it is 100 years old? Anyway, as they neared the forlorn hulk, they could see more clearly its tattered sails and worm-eaten, rotting timbers.
Why, there can't be anyone aboard. It's a derelict. Come on, Ann. I'm going to have a look. Who knows how many years this ship has been drifting. I'm going to find out what happened to the crew.
I'm afraid, Bill. It's so ghostly. Besides, it doesn't look safe.
Nonsense. I'll bet this ship has weathered many a storm before this one. Come on below. There's nothing much here on deck.
Well, be sure you tie our boat good and tight.
Below deck in the crew's quarters, a ghastly sight awaited them.
Oh, Bill, I can't look.
Take it easy, honey. It's tough to look at, but they've been dead a long time. They can't hurt us. Look at this old logbook. It says this ship is the brig Fearless out of Providence Town, Captain Phineas Johnson, master. And my great-grandfather's name was Phineas, and he was lost at sea. Do you suppose?
At that instant, the center of the storm passed, and the raging hurricane engulfed the ship in all its fury. The frightened couple ran out on deck.
Oh, Bill, the launch is broken loose.
Well, right out the storm on this old hulk and then head for shore. Come on aft to the wheel.
But the worst was yet to come, for as they neared the stern of the derelict,
Oh, Bill!
What? Pum, pum, pum. What are you?
We are the dead. The dead who once manned this ship of mystery. We are doomed to sail. We are doomed to sail on eternally, guarding its fateful secret from all foolish mortals who would dare to pry. For 100 long years since a plague cut short our lives, we have drifted with wind and tide. This derelict holds the dreadful secret of our sinful past, which mortal man must not discover. Rise, you roaring winds and mountainous seas. Pluck these frail humans from our home and bleach their bones on some distant reef.
Bill, help, I'm slipping.
Grab my arm. We've got to get below. It's our only chance.
Slipping, sliding, been towed a long time ago through the green waves which lashed across the deck. Bill and Anne struggled to reach the companion way which led below deck. Half the time completely submerged, their progress was agonizingly slow as the ghostly crew screeched in fiendish glee. Suddenly, above the roar of the storm, Bill heard a rending crash. He looked up, just in time to see a huge spar hurtling down at them.
Look out, Ann.
Ooh!
The ship shuddered and lurched sickeningly, then slowly righted herself. But the last hope of safety for Bill and Anne was shattered by the crashing spar.
Bill, the companionway, it's blocked.
Now die, fools.
But at that instant, a mighty voice bellowed from the storm.
Avast there, ye mutinous dogs. It is I, Captain Phineas Johnson, who command ye. Ye cursed pack of thieves and cutthroats who were once my crew. Stand back or beware my wrath.
The startled crew sullenly withdrew, muttering curses and leering evilly, but the ghost of Captain Phineas paid them no heed.
Have no fear, Bill Johnson. It is I, your great-grandfather Phineas. I have returned from an uneasy grave to wreak my vengeance on this crew of murderous rogues. Now, then it's true. This was your ship. That one that disappeared so long ago with all hands. Aye, lad. In those days, the brig Fearless was a trim craft. Unlike the hulk you see now. I was proud to be her skipper as we dropped anchor in the harbor at Portobello with a cargo of Maine timber. Trade was good, and after a fortnight we weighed anchor with a fortune in pearls aboard. But my scurvy crew, led by Black Tom Lord, plotted to get those pearls. The dogs mutinied and took my ship. They murdered the only two loyal hands and marooned me on a desolate isle. They had the pearls then, but they were afeard to return to port. So they hoisted the black flag and set to preying on the honest merchantmen. But they weren't to last for long, for unbeknown to them, the water casks were contaminated with some dread disease, which caused them high fever and great pains. And before long there was no life aboard the Fearless save rats. Black Tom and his bloody gang came to a dreadful and deserved end. From that day to this, the brig has drifted, undirected by human hand. Boy, the story goes on forever. These are the restless spirits of Black Tom and his crew of scoundrels. The pearls for which they bargained with the devil remain hid in the hold. Come now with your bride and claim the wealth that is rightfully yours. Oh my God, this is long. Now, come on, honey. Bill, I don't like the way the ghost crew is muttering. I'm afraid they're up to something. They seem to be afraid of Captain Phineas's ghost. He can handle them.
So the young couple made their way down into the dark and mysterious hold, into the moldy and festering bowels of the ancient derelict.
What a terrible place. Oh, a rat.
The pearls are very well hidden in a secret place. I will show you. First, I slide open this secret wall panel.
The ghost of old Phineas opened the secret panel. What Bill and Anne saw inside made them gasp in astonishment, for there were hundreds upon hundreds of perfect opalescent pearls, each more beautiful than the others.
Oh, Bill, how lustrous they are. They must be worth millions.
No wonder they tempted the crew to mutiny, you know.
At that instant, the spirits of Black Tom and the mutinous crew appeared, as if from nowhere.
So, ye foolish mortals would take from us the treasure for which we sinned? No, that ye should never do. Not while this ship sails the seas. You are doomed to die with the secret you have discovered. Even as I speak, your escape is cut off. Behold, the hatch slams shut with the rolling of the ship, and you are trapped here in this musty hole that shall become your tomb.
Oh, Bill, we can't get out.
Oh, oh, crap. There's no way out. You have two choices. Either die a lingering death of thirst, or drink. Yes, drink the pollution that caused our deaths. One thing is sure, your bones will crumble to dust in the spidery slime of the bilges. You were mistaken, Black Tom, Lord. Ye shall not foil me a second time. The hour of my revenge is at hand, for which I have waited long. I curse you and your mutinous crew of spirits. This night the timbers of this once proud ship shall find permanent rest, and you shall be destroyed by fire.
As the captain's voice rang out like the knell of doom, there was a sudden grinding crash and sickening jar.
We must have run aground.
The lantern was knocked from Bill's hand and overturned on a pile of tar-soaked debris. And almost instantly a huge fire spread over the rotting hold.
Oh, Bill, what can we do?
Water is pouring in up forward. The crash must have knocked a hole in the hull. Come on. Fire shall be your agent of destruction, Black Tom. Feel its heat searing your ghostly shell.
The ancient hold was transformed into a vast cauldron of writhing shapes and billowing smoke as the hungry flames consumed all in their path.
Cease your struggles, you despicable scum. There is no escape. Burn, blast ye, and plague this earth no more.
Meanwhile, Bill and Anne ran to the forward part of the ship, where they found a huge gap through which the sea was pouring. They managed to make their way out of the doomed ship.
We're free. Swim for shore, honey. Luckily, it isn't far.
Yeah, that's very lucky. At last, safely on shore, they stood in awe and watched the fire burn itself out as the last horrible screams of the crew were stilled.
What a nightmare, Bill. What do you suppose became of Captain Phineas?
I don't know, Anne, but it's a cinch he will have a better fate than that crew of murderers. I imagine his spirit is at peace now, while Black Tom went on to something far worse.
After a while, the weary couple set out along the coast in search of help. They walked all that night, and dawn they came upon a little fishing village. Half starved and exhausted, they were taken in by an old fisherman. They rested at his hut for several days, and then persuaded him and some other folk from the village to accompany them to the wrecked ship in search of the pearls. The townsfolk were somewhat dubious about a fortune in pearls, but curious as to the wreck. They went along. As they approached the scene,
Well, there's the wreck of the Fearless. It ran aground and burned 3 days ago. We were lucky to get out alive. But maybe we could find the pearls. If they weren't destroyed by the fire, tide is out, and we can board her.
Well, young man, I don't know anything about any pearls, but I reckon your experience in the hurricane has left you a little weak in the head. That old wreck has been here since before my grandfather was born.
Well, why, it can't be. We were on this ship. It was a derelict, and there were... You'd better not say anything about Ghosts, Bill, or he really will think we're crazy.
But to the old man's astonishment, Bill led him to the secret sliding panel in the depths of the ship. And pam pam pam.
There! What do you think now, old man? Do you believe our story or not?
I don't know. I tell you, this wreck has been here for nearly a century, and yet you say, "Come on, young fella, let's move these chests." The sooner I get off this old hulk, the better I'll feel. The end. Oh, wow. Do you think it's based on a true story?
Nah. Well, there we go. I managed to get through the whole thing. But once again, our sponsor. Reduce, keep slim at home with relaxing, soothing massage. Head vibrates. A little lower. Electric spot reducer. Takes pounds off, keeps slim and trim. For greatest benefit in reducing by massage, use spot reducer with or without electricity. Well, it's not going to vibrate without the electricity. Also used as an aid in the relief of pains for which massage is indicated. Take off ugly fat. Don't stay fat. You can lose pounds and inches safely without risking health. And maybe even have fun. So there you go, ladies. You're going to want your vibrating spot reducer. A proud sponsor of Ace Publications. There we go. Web of Mystery. Yeah. Gee, was it worth it? I don't know. I wonder how much money they got for those pearls, They probably worked out. Maybe. Oh, well, let's see here. Dead Punk Gage, thank you, Young Frankenstein or Ghost of Frankenstein, for teaching us how laugh about love again. Dead Punk Gage, I swear I close my eyes and you sound like Bela Lugosi as Igor from Ghost of Frankenstein. Dead Punk Gage, that guy's horrible and deserves a one-way trip to Arkham Asylum. Kronos Godwisen, the secret ingredient is murder. And here I was thinking it was nutmeg. Yeah, you see, if you'd have just done that, maybe the acoustics would be just as good. Dead Punk Gage. It is. I was thinking that the entire time about it being a ripoff of Telltale Heart. Yeah. It's just the killer is all ugly and misshapen. Yeah. Anyway, Dead Punk Gage, this story went from Ghost Ship to The Most Dangerous Game to Pirates of the Caribbean. They should really pick a genre and stick with it. Dead Punk Gage. Wow, that's different. The story or the sponsor? Yeah. The spot reducer. You see, it only reduces certain areas of fat. It doesn't do anything about stains or anything like that, which I can understand people probably thinking that's exactly what it was indicating, but nope, that wasn't it. Oh, well, there we go. That's our, Ted Gage. I protest this title. It says Web of Mystery, but there's no Spider-Man or Spider-Man related. I know. Well, it predates all that. They didn't even have like a giant spider or something in it, you know? Or at least have like the host of the comic was some fat spider who sits there. Well, let's see what stories are in my web, you know? Something like that. They didn't think of it. They didn't. Anyway, there you go. That's the deal. That's the whole deal. Jeez, why is it getting all... Just because I went into OBS, that's why it's snap, crackle, pop? Weird. Well, I got back out of there. Jeez. I don't like that. What the hell? Is that going to be something it's going to do from now on? Damn it. Well, I only need it for the background, so I guess once I'm out of it, it'll stop doing it. At least that's the hope. Well, we'll find out in the next Nailsin live stream, whenever that'll be. And I don't know what I'll do next weekend. Probably go back to Blue Beetle and do that, you know, because that's it for the horror comics. So have a happy Halloween if I don't talk to you before. Well, I probably will. I'm going to do some live streams all the way there. All that good stuff. I will have some reviews of Jaws, Poltergeist, and The Shining. I thought I'd already done it, but I looked up all my videos. It ain't there. So, yeah, I'll throw that in there too. What the hell? So there you go. Have a good rest of your day. I'm exhausted and sore because I hurt myself at work. I'll probably wake up all messed up, but I still got to go back to work tonight. Jeez Louise. At least I survived this horrible storm that blew through too. Yeah. But I was safe indoors, you know. So that was something. It was. All right. Have a good rest of your day. And thanks for watching. And we'll do it again soon.